welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good night. I do have to get working on this phone repair. And tonight we are going to be doing an iPhone 15 Plus. This is actually the first time I've done it tonight, but I've done plenty of other phone repairs. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure the stream is going to be working here. Yep, and we are live. Okay. Yep, okay, we're good. Alright. So, let's get to work. How are you guys doing tonight? And here we got a pretty broken up phone. Kind of hard to see, but she is seeable. She works still fairly alright. I think I only have some color damage to it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that's just the brightness. Yeah. Because when I go to actually start it, like that, the logo is bright. So I don't think anything's wrong with the actual screen itself. Fairly certain it's just with the... Fairly certain that's just the... I mean, there's obviously something wrong with the screen. The screen's cracked as heck. That's why we're here. We're going to be replacing that. But I was taught to not say during things like this. And let me readjust that camera so it's got my head on it more. That's why I got this phone out here to the side. We're going to be using this to open it up. We're going to try to do it without damaging the screen, because I haven't looked, but generally when the screen works still, like it's still usable, shows, it's touchable, all that, if I can get it off without breaking it, it's always better, because there's a chance I can sell it back if it works right. Not a very high chance, rather low probability for me, because these screens are a little hard to get off. But that's a goal we like to aim for. Yeah, I got two in here. I think that's all I need for my screwdrivers right now. Ooh. We are going to, since I just restarted it, we're going to be turning it back off. It doesn't need to be on right now, or for the next little while. Let's see, don't need that one right now. Excuse me, don't have my keyboard here, so I can't really mute my mic. Though I might want to, actually. I might just leave it going. Talk to you guys while I do the repair. Contemplating talking or jamming to music. I think I'll probably talk though. So right now we have the bottom screws. They are, I think, pentalobe. Let me look. Yeah, it's a pentalobe. I think it's T3. Could be wrong. It's been a while since I looked at the T parts. I actually have it right on it. Let's look. P2. P2 bit. This one's actually an iFixit. It's probably my only iFixit tool. I really don't use iFixit much. However, we got one screw out. Gotta get the other one out. This is a nice bit. I'm not gonna lie though. I do like this bit. It fits it pretty damn well. Don't need this just yet. I'll put that there for edginess. Alright. And probably end up putting down a silicone mat here. It's pretty dirty though. Not very good for filming. However, I do want to do it right. See, the thing is with the Plus designs and the regular 15 designs after the 14 is they also have the back that comes off now. So if you have an iPhone 14 regular, an iPhone 15 regular, an iPhone 15 Plus, or an iPhone 14 Plus, you can actually get the backs replaced fairly easily. The Pros and the Pro Max, not so easily. But because of that design where they put the backs on that are replaceable now, they also put the battery from there. So this is the first time doing a Plus screen replacement. And everyone else I've seen, against the better judgment of myself and probably them, are doing it without unplugging the battery, which is, it's weird to me. Seems like you're always supposed to unplug the battery. But that would require opening up the back, which is something Apple seems to not want you to do with this repair. So it's kind of weird. Well, I mean, they don't mind if you do it, but they don't. So if they design it where the screen is replaceable just by taking the screen off, then it's a good indicator that they don't require you to take the battery unplugged off. And you know, it only matters if you actually turn on the device while the screen's off anyways, and even that nowadays I'm pretty sure they have securities against it. But I'm gonna knock on wood. I don't like cheese on myself. Everyone else uses a suction cup. I like to use feel. A little bit of heat from my light. Got a halogen light bulb, so it gets warm. And up until probably about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I really didn't even need to buy a heat gun, because it's just gives off constant heat. Sorry for my arm in the way. So that's a good sign. Ooh. A little bit of a bend to this iPhone too. I don't know if you could see that or not, but there's a bit of a bend to that. little bit bent. I have a couple options that I can do. First one being, I probably will take off the back. Because if I could take off the back, then I can remove the screen. I can loosen up the board, and then I can bend that back. Or I could put the screen on it, but then it risks breaking a lot sooner than it should. Because it will literally sit, and it'll seat, and especially like that, it'll seat just right where it actually does have a bend in the screen. It puts tension on the screen, and it's almost a guarantee that it will probably break from the same exact spot that it broke from there. Actually, that's probably how it broke. It probably got slammed in a door, it looks like, is my guess. It looks like a door slam, but it's coming right from the bend over to the bend over there. So I might have to take out the whole board and bend it back. So this might be a little bit more than just a screen repair today, guys. Well, alright. I think if I want to do it right, that's going to be the only way to really do it. It's not that bent on this side. It is a little bit. It's actually pretty straight on that side. Ooh, that side is not good though. Okay, well, let's do it. Yeah, it's off again. It's on again. It's off again, it's on again, it's off again, it's on again. If we're going to do that, then I'm going to remove the back first. And I am going to heat it up. Sorry for my arm in the camera. Tab the rubbing alcohol. And so I don't break it, we're going to switch to plastic. Metal's out, plastic's in. And we're going to turn it off once again. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this anyways, because I don't feel comfortable not unplugging the battery. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Doing it right. We can move this out the way for now, huh? Ooh, I cut myself somewhere along the way. That's fun. Ah, that's always fun. Ouch. There we go. And this is just a plastic card comes with a lot of screen protectors. Ouch, I got myself pretty good on that. Don't have any super glue left. That's alright. Who needs it? Ladder blade, they say, right? Alright, so I'm just going along, cleaning it up. Well, not cleaning it up, but loosening it up. Loosey goosey. And again, this is the 15 Plus, so it is able to have the back removed without much issue. The Plus and the base model allow that to be the case with everything over the 14 and 15, I believe. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. But the Pro and Pro Max, their backs are still pretty good bonded to the frickin' frame, so they're not fun to do. Probably just turned on the phone again on accident. This is where it gets a little tricky because it is thinner, so you gotta be really careful. I'm actually going to go back around to this side here. I'm going to go up that way and around so I don't damage nothing. Also, you got to watch out for the magnet, I believe. And yep, so it did just pop out. They do have hardware. It does still have hardware on it, so it does pop in, kind of like the screen does. Has little pegs on the side to fit into little hooks on the frame. Don't need this no more for this part. I will probably need it again for the screen, unless there's a way I can push the screen out from the back. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't really had much access to the 15 and the 14 series yet. I've done all the other series, but this is a newer one for me. And what this is 91% rubbing alcohol, non-conductive, non-corrosive. I don't use a lot, just a dab. A dab will do ya, they say. And it just breaks that seal up. If you use it on the front part with the screen, be careful not to use too much, as it can go into the screen and discolor it. And if you're trying to get recycle price for it, if it's a good screen, you don't want that to happen. Although I did find out that you can actually, of course, you can put it in a bag with rice, of course. And it will pull the rubbing alcohol right out of the LCD screen as well. Of course. Because rice is the fix-all. It's really not, but it does help. If you do ever fall into a pool with your phone or go into the water with your phone, you can put it in rice. I mean, it does help. However, the real OP win with rice is to actually take your phone apart and put it in rice. I actually found a phone on the side of the road up by the bar that I live near, and I have that in rice here. It was raining the night before. It's a couple of days ago, so I'm actually going to be putting that back together, finding the owner of it, getting it back to them. It's a cheap phone, so I'm not really too worried about it. And they probably not worried about it either if they were dropping outside of a bar. But that's that. I will be helping them with that. I'll be seeing whose it is. If I have to read the SIM card, then I'll do that. But hopefully there'll be contacts or a number to call. But I picked it up, put it in rice, and that's where the rice comes in handy. If you just put your phone in rice, I mean, it will help, but you gotta give it a lot of time for that. It's more of when it's the hardware itself, straight out of the bag, directly in contact with something that's going to suck moisture out. I mean, it will suck moisture out of a case, but if your phone's waterproof, it's going to have a hard time sucking something out of something that's waterproof, even though it got water into it. You know, counterintuitive, I know, but that's how it goes. Anyways, we got this open. I'm going to actually just switch out my... Hope I don't just screw up my screen. I'm going to do that just so it looks a little bit better. Okay, another thing we do have to be careful of. I should have said it when I was doing it, but not much experience with this model. You do, and that's why you got to be careful when you do any phone and you're doing that. As you can see, I wasn't going deep with it. I stay about like less than a millimeter in. Like, I don't know how big a millimeter really is, but I stay like a hair's width in. Just enough to break that little adhesive seal. And I'm glad I do, because I've learned over time you don't want to go farther than that ever underneath something you can't see, because you always have ribbon cables. And ribbon cables will get you. Ribbon cables can hold you up by a freaking week if it really is something you can't get a hold of too well. So, watch your ribbon cables. Don't cut them. This one is going to be, if the cameras are on the left side here, looking at the back, it's going to be down on the right-hand side about, if you cut the phone in fourths, it's going to be 1, 2, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be right here in this section here, top right, middle, right by the down volume. Actually, right in between the volumes, top volume button. That's the easiest way to fucking see it. My brain's weird. But yep, right by the top volume button, the flexes. Watch out for it there. And this is the back of the phone. So I should be using silicone because it likes to move. My silicone is dirty. I need to make a new silicone mat. I'm gonna make one right now. Yeah. It's just not a very appealing mat. It's all dirty. So, we're gonna freeball it. Fuck it. And it looks like the battery's gonna be right here. I do have a TriStar tip on. This is the S2 Y 0.6. The Y star, or the star tip, Y tip. First, we're actually going to start off by removing the wireless charging flex cable from the back of the, fuck it. Hold up. I'm gonna unplug the battery first, because I really don't want to fuck with anything else before I do that. So when you take it apart, try to put it in the shape that you take it apart in, the pattern, at least. So put it there, put it there. That's why there's grids on that. Oh shit, okay. We'll see about you. Alright, use your tweezers. And I like to put the bracket down right next to the screws in the same order that I take them apart. I also do like to hit it from upside down, as it seems that is easiest for right-handed folks. Alright, looks like we've got a little bit of a pinch here. Not a pinch, but I'll show you. Looks like it clamps down right up there. So to get that out, we are going to use... Where are ya? I just had it here a minute ago. There it is. Alright, so very fine tool. Yep, just like that. Oh no, I lost it. So it's got a little piece that holds it right there, and then it clamps down on that side there. Take a thin needle-sized tool, plop it out from that connector there. Comes right out. When you go to put it back in, hit it there on the top part there that holds it from the anchor, and then plop it down. It should make a snap probably, and then screw her in. Give her a gold screw. Have a good old time. Anyways, let's undo the battery. Oh cool, they actually label it now. They got it freaking laser etched. I like that. That's nice. Let's get rid of that. So as you can see here, I'm actually gonna lift that up just a tad. As you can see there, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there is a plus minus sign. That's going to be the battery. First, we're going to make sure I didn't turn it on over that first part there. Make sure I did just turn it on there on accident. See, I'm glad I'm doing this because it's really touchy with that button. One single touch with that button and the screen or anything other parts off, you risk shorting out stuff. And you don't want to do that. Alright, so let's turn the phone back off once again. Phone is off, just about. Handy dandy plastic spludger. Or you can just use your fucking fingertips. Pull it back. Make sure it can't touch nothing. Use your fingertips if you got them. If not, your plastic spludger does work the best. And if the plastic spludger doesn't fucking work, go to your metal tools and say fuck it. We don't care about metal. Although you gotta be careful, because I just went farther than I should have. We're good though. Happy little accidents, right? As Bob Ross would say. There we go. Lift that battery up a little bit. You don't have to, but since what I'm going to be doing is loosening up this whole entire freaking motherboard because I have to, we're going to be. So, as I was saying earlier, it is bent. Hard to see, but it is bent pretty good right there. To bend it back, I'm actually going to loosen up the bottom here. Any screw that's underneath this half here, I'll loosen it up, and then I'll bend it back after I get the screen off. The battery I don't gotta worry much about. This stuff I really don't have to worry much about because I'll be bending it back to its original form. The board I just don't want to have flexing because that can loosen up solder points, all sorts of issues after that. So the best way to do it is to release the tension first, then bend the frame back, screw it back down, all is good. Then I replace the screen. But I'm going to take the screen off before I do that because we want to save the screen. Alrighty. So, just for the sake of those camera lenses, I kind of want to put something over them. But not just this. I don't know if this is doing anything, but this is going to be a little harebrained idea. I'm going to fucking try. Alright, that wasn't as crazy as I thought. I like that. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to push it up from the front. Oh, yo, totally a way to do that. Hold on. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do the rice trick. I think this might work. Yo. That was easy. Wow. This is a 15 plus. That was the easiest time I've ever had. Opening one up. I'm pretty sure without damaging anything. We're gonna see though. I might have just jinxed myself. I think I heard a little crack, so we're gonna see. If nothing else, I'll probably just keep it for my stock, because I like to have screens on hand in case any number of reasons. That's cool. I like that. I am a fan of the design. Yeah, I'm a fan of the 15 and the 15 plus design. Also the 14 and 14 plus, because they do the same thing. So I do like that. Ooh, might have just broke it. I don't know, we'll see. That might have been that. There we go. So, one thing before I take it all the way off, I'd like to see if I did break the screen. So we're going to do a quick test. Jesus Christ, hold on. I gotta put my head down here for this real quick. go. Alrighty. And did we break the old screen? Let's see. Oh god. Did I just put the old screen back in? Fuck, I did. Hold on. There we go. Ah, we're good. Okay, it's loose. Okay, let's see how it looks. Is it broken? Is it broken? Doesn't look broken. We might have a salvage on our hands. This is just the start, so I still have to replace it with the new screen. This was just disassembling it, making sure that the old screen was still properly working, because if it does, I can recycle it. Or, since there is a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it now, I'll probably keep it in storage with some rice to pull that rubbing alcohol out, and then I might send it in. If it doesn't pass, I'll have them send it back to me, and I'll use it as a screen for data pulls, basically. And so now we're going to turn this back off. We're going to unplug everything we just plugged back in. You're also going to go ahead and slide that in there. Not have it close up on us again. Pull that open. Slide that around. Unplug the positive and the ground. I'm going to rhyme a little bit. Unplug the rest of the shit. I'm not very good at rhyming, so we're going to stop rhyming. And here we go. Here we go now. Oops. So anyways, got the battery unplugged, got the flex cable for the wireless charging and the flash unplugged. Got the battery got the screen undone. Well, not undone yet, but undid from the frame. We have to loosen up the motherboard to bend back the frame because it looks like it was shut in a door. Put that there. Grab our handy dandy tweezers. Pull that up. Put that there, match it up with the screw. We got another one up here. Got that there. That's a little bit of a twist to it. It does have a hook on the bracket there, so you gotta lift up to it. Put it with the screw. Now, since we have all the screws taken out, we're actually going to put them up to the side so our hand doesn't screw them up. We're going to unplug the screen. Unplug the flex cable for the top. That's going to be your facial, I think, facial ID. That actually has to get switched over to the new screen. So that part will be coming off. This goes to the LCD digitizer. That stays. We'll take that off in a minute. I just love it when I get a screen off without damaging. It's always a plus. Though it's an old screen that still works. Put that off to the side. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna look at it. Make sure it is the right screen. Does appear to be the same screen, of course. Well, not of course, because I've had it not be. And we've got a premium refurbished from Mobile Centrics. Looks to be in pretty good condition. A little bit of blue tape there. Everything else on it looks pretty good. One thing I do notice is there's a little bit of tape or something. It kind of looks like a glass shard, which wouldn't make me happy if it was a glass shard. Right there in the eyelet. Nah, it's just a little bit of adhesive. That's what I thought it was. Okay, that's fine. That looks good. This is the adhesive seal for it. That'll be going in between the screen and the frame. I will have to put a new adhesive seal on. Adhesive seal. Wow, can't talk. Between the back and the frame. That will come shortly. I'll probably do that out of just freehanding it. Ooh, all good. Alrighty, let's get to work here. So, that's pretty damn bent. I'll be right back. I gotta get some Lysol wipes. I'm not going for it. I do a lot of mold making, so I end up using my tools for random mixing of things. It gets crap on them. Looks pretty good. Dry it off real quick. Okay, so this is basically a Phillips head with the top half chopped off. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. It's hard to really see, but it's got a point and then Phillips shape, but it's flat between the point and the Phillips shape, so it does a right angle after the point all around it. It's for these big fuckers. And they it's funny because I had this tool for like a year before I actually figured out what it did, and I was like, it was fucking hard to do. Why would they make this? Not use this tool? And it's like, oh, that makes sense. So yeah, this is Pride Magic 2.5, model number 8600. Yeah, it fits right in, just like that. We can lift that right on out. We're gonna want to use a magnet mat. We're actually gonna unplug those as well. Usually you wouldn't have to do this with a screen repair if the frame wasn't damaged. I mean, I do recommend unplugging the battery, but I don't think you have to do that either with the screen repair, if it's just the screen repair. But when it comes to the frame being damaged, again, I want to lighten up the load on it, on the motherboard. I'm not taking it all the way out. I'm just unplugging the top half of it because I have to bend this back down. So that looks pretty good. I don't think anything else is holding it down. Now we're bending it back. So it was bent right there at the button. And now we push on the frame. You don't want to push on the board. You want to pull on the frame, but you got to be careful because the frame is in two parts up here. So try to aim above that part there because you don't want to split it there either because that'll just do more damage. So I like to use my desk. I like to push down on it right where it needs to, and then I give it a good solid and I do it slow. It kind of works its way back. This one's bent pretty good though. Damn, that hurts. It just about cut me on that. Ow, that really hurt. Ooh, my fingers are going numb. I might have just broke a blood vessel. Ow. I definitely just broke a blood vessel. My finger's gonna be black and blue. Oh, that sucks. That's fun. Jesus. That's painful. Damn, these new phones. Fuck, that hurt. Damn. I'm lucky I didn't cut into it. That was really fucking sharp. Alrighty. Warning. Do not do what I do. That hurt. Alright, we're gonna use tools. Damn, my finger's numb. bend it back. As much as I can, at least, because I don't want to really damage nothing. But it's getting there. It's hard to do. Gotta be really fucking careful with it. Damn, my finger hurts. I should probably take the board right out. I'm getting there though, so I don't know if I really need to. Looking pretty good. Almost there. It's a lot better than it was. So right now it's bent. Trying to bend it back. Don't need that really for anything other than bending it. Buttons still work good. Right now I have the board released at the bottom here, so it's not putting tension on it when I bend it. And I'm just slowly putting my weight into it as it bends back the right way. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty damn good. I would say that's straight as fuck. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That looks golden. Ooh, I like that. That's where we needed to be. That is where we needed to be. And you kind of feel it give too. It kind of gave, and like it wanted to go back to the right direction. Again, I'm pretty sure this was slammed in a car door. That's what it looks like by the screen. And I don't have a frame on hand, so we had to go with the old fashioned. Let's fucking bend it back. And it worked. That's pretty damn good. Oh, that's fucking straight as an arrow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm proud of that one. Okay. Hell yeah. I'm real proud of that one. That's a good one. Cool. So it doesn't usually, well, I mean, it does. Usually it's not that easy. Actually, it wasn't that easy. My finger hurts like shit. Excuse my language. Sorry for swearing so much. First I was using my finger, pushing down on it, and that hurt. I tell you what, that hurt. Right now I'm going back, plugging in all the stuff for the board, and then we're going to put the screws back in here, tighten it back down. Make sure everything that you unplug is properly snapped back into place. There we go. We are going to leave the battery unplugged still. We'll put it down there though. But we don't want that going on. Well, we don't want voltage to the system while we're plugging in, plugging out. Damn though, I like that. That came out fucking good. It could have went back just a hair bit more, But I'm gonna tell the customer that, you know, I did what I could without risking damage, because I didn't feel comfortable doing that any much further. Alright, let's get the bottom screws back in here. They go in a lot better too. Like, they were hard to unscrew. They didn't want to unscrew while the frame was bent. Now they actually want to screw in and unscrew. And it's funny how you can tell the difference even in the screws. Yeah, that's fucking, I like that. I'm happy with that. Cool. Let's see. You know I have a flathead out. I do. Yep. I do like my Weehaw screwdrivers, not gonna lie. To get that started, I've actually learned that if you can get the seal to come up, it's really way easier just to pull it up than it is to peel it up. That makes sense. Scrape it up, I should say. If you can get a good line of it coming up at a time, gotta get underneath it. Sorry for my head being the only thing you see right now. I don't know if it's gonna work on this one. A lot of times it just starts pulling right up. I don't think that's the case with these ones though. So, flathead screwdriver. A lot of people use X-Acto knives. I don't mind the X-Acto knife method. I have the blades for it. But I prefer to not cut it up or like scrape it up like that. I prefer not to go metal on metal. I don't like to scrape the frame up too much. This does a little bit, but more of pushes the adhesive off rather than scrapes it and digs it. So this kind of, like, I break the initial layer adhesive, and then you can kind of glob it up. This part always takes a little bit. It's not a very fun, exciting part. But yeah, I like to roll up the adhesive, kinda. Oops. This is where if I was editing, I would probably fast forward by about 3 times and play a little bit of music. But it just takes patience on this half. And I guess one part I don't like about the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus and 15 and 15 Plus, now that they do have the backs that come off, so now I have to do the adhesive on both sides. That's a pain in the ass. Sorry for the noise. Sorry for the tapping. I do have a smaller screwdriver. And we're gonna do it on my favorite screwdriver. Just slow and patient. Oh boy, there we go. Ah, it doesn't want to come up on me. Do want to be careful of the speaker piece up there. Don't really want to disturb that too much if you don't have to. This is why we unplug the battery, because you don't want to be pushing that button while the battery's plugged in. And the parts are off. Almost there. Almost there. I think that marks most of that side. There we go. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Alrighty, just about got the screen part undone. Sorry about that. Okay. So now we're going to be cleaning up this frame with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Gonna watch out for the clips, the grounding clips. We don't want to mess those up. Wet a microfiber cloth with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and clean around it. For this, just want to clean up the inside frame here. I have a little bit too much on here. Gonna stay away from the just gotta be weary of putting too much near the camera there. You don't want the liquid going inside the camera, getting on any of the sensors. Just gotta be careful about it. It should dry off quick enough where it doesn't. But any little residue in there ain't good for cameras. Good to go in the edges, clean them up real good. Again, if you have fingernails, this is where it comes into play. Like, fingernails are very helpful with freaking phone repairs. You want to go into the crevice of it. Hard to see right there. Get all that junk out. So what I actually like to do also is I like to go with my handy dandy needle tool here. I like to get any little bits. Oh, don't want to do that. Sorry for the tool slamming down. Don't mean to do that. And one more. Sorry about that. Hold on. It was only giving me 11 minutes space left of recording, so I have to go back and delete the video, go back into recording. And now we're lagging out, of course. Because what better time to lag out than now? Alright, we're back in business. Sorry about the delay. Come on, it's squeaky clean. Oops. Alrighty. I think it's clean enough. We're gonna look it over real quick. See if we have any stragglers. Okay, this looks pretty clean. Probably should do this side. Bless you. Bless you. Yeah. We are good. That was a close one though. Scrape the battery a little bit. I don't like doing that. So I'm getting the back adhesive off as well before I put the new screen on even. Just because it's less pressure on the new screen. the old screen here. Put the new screen out the way. Gonna put the cleaned up frame out the way. Bring that back into play. Alright, now we're going to want to remove this cable, this flex cable, or flex cable from the screen to that new screen. I'm going to start up here, pry slowly. There's a little notch right here on the left hand side or right hand side of it. So let me put it right into it. I'm going to heat it up just a little bit. So I'm actually going to go from the top. And yep, it pried up. Got that loosey-goosey there. Then we're going to want to go around the rim of it. Some rubbing alcohol will always help. Yep. And let the rubbing alcohol get underneath it. Just let gravity do its thing. Slow and steady wins the race. That is way too much rubbing alcohol on there, but again, if I get any in the screen that I want to send back, then I will put it in a solution to dry it out. medium, I should say. And that would be rice. We're gonna let that sink up underneath that. Nice and slow. And there we go. Generally has enough slime on it to keep it good for the new screen. Really don't need to add more. Start off by putting the sensor in first. Actually start off by wiping down where you had the old screen, because you don't want no shards getting on the new screen. Now, sensor first. We're going to let that go down in. Yeah. And then let it sit. And it's on the new screen. Just like that. She fits good. Sorry, my head was a little bit in the way there. Alright, looks good, looks good, looks good. Put that back. Now, we gotta take this bracket, put it back around it, screw her down, make her happy. Bring the phone back into play. Oh wow. Something's going on. There we go. Sorry about the blur. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh, but what about that seal that you put on? Don't you have to take the plastic off for that? Well, we're going to do that in just a minute. You want to hear that click down in. Yep. Another click that we heard down in. Then rest the new screen. Bring out the brackets. And first we're going to have this bracket here. It goes down in first. close so I don't mess up my hand. Yep. So it's got a little lip on it. I'll just fucking do it with my hands. It's a lot easier. Yep, she's in it. Gotta switch this back to my other tip. There we go. And again, it has a little lip on it there. Yep. And she's in. Alrighty. Now, before I close up the new screen, I would like to test it out. Alrighty. Yep, new screen's looking good. I'm gonna be able to seal her up soon. Just a second. Before I do that, I'm gonna unplug the battery after I turn it back off. Yep, the screen brightness is just down really low on the phone, but it does work. Alright, now let's unplug the battery once again. Wait a second or two. And there we go. There we go. Now, okay, battery is unplugged, thankfully, because I just clicked the button. Now, we are going to do these. So now I'm pulling the adhesive plastic off. And there is one left here. Weird place to leave the adhesive stuff in. Alright, so just note that it doesn't pull it all the way off with the 1, 2. You have to do the third on the side there. And yeah, we have the piece up there for the speaker. And then start off with the top. I like to go around the side to the left first. Other side. Make sure the bottom plugs in nice and tight. Oh, look at that. Perfect. That is fitting beautifully. Ooh, and that bending the frame back. Perfect. Came back just right. Yep, so that's nice. That's nice. That's nice and straight. It's nice and flush. I like that. That came out very well. Nice. Nice, nice. I like. Now, I'm gonna have to make sure I microfiber the cameras. I already cleaned up the frame on this end. So, that just leaves cleaning up the back, making sure those lenses don't have any dust in them or hairs, cleaning off the residue on the back, reapplying new adhesive to the back, plugging it in, plugging the battery in, reapplying these brackets, and closing it up. And that will be the finished repair. Approximately however later. Okay, let me get working on this real fast. Yep, so now I'm just cleaning off the edges of this. All you see here is that's the flash, that's the wireless charging. I like to be super thorough with cleaning because that's just how you know everything sits flush at the end of the day. Much higher quality repair and very little effort to do so. Looks pretty good. Trying to remember if I have a seal for this or not. Let's see. Hmm, 14 Pro Max. Front seal. Well, two fronts make a back, right? We're gonna make it work. Okay. Very close. So now we're pretty much just Frankenstein a front seal as the back seal. Ooh, I left the fingerprint. That's okay though, because I am going to be cleaning off the camera very well before I close her up. Use that over there, this over here. Let's see. So we have that, part of that. Alrighty, so make sure your camera's set in place when you do that. Your front camera. And this seal probably will be temporary if the customer wants it to be. If she wants a new seal put in that is correct, then I will actually order one and put it in for free, because that's kind of my bad for not having one. I wasn't expecting to have to open it like this. Oh, perfect. Generally, the seals come in one piece. Did I do it again? I did it again. Son of a gun. Whatever, I don't care. I'm putting it in. And no damage is being done to the front screen by moving it around like this, because it does have a plastic seal on it, so no worries on that either. Or a plastic protector at the moment. Alright. Huh? Oops. Sorry, Dougie. Didn't mean to scare you. Sorry, buddy. All good. do like to do both. I like to do inside of here. I like to make sure the light shines it clear of dust and debris. Okay, looking good. We'll put that little part back on for just a minute while we put this back on. Now we add the brackets back. And the top one does Yep, so that one is a little bit tricky. It's got a hook at the front and a clamp at the back. Screw her in nice and tight. And that is the last bracket for the back, just about. Now I just pull the adhesive and close her up. I should test her again. Okay, had an adhesive mess up. Alrighty. And I'm glad I double checked because there's a hair right on that lens. Got it. Without leaving any marks. Looks pretty damn good. We're not going to close it up all the way just yet. We're going to test it out. Make sure the screen is still working like it should. One second. I gotta hold it longer. What's going on there? What the F, matey? Come on, work. What the fuck? It worked 2 seconds ago. What's going on here? That battery sure as heck plugged in. What the hell? The hell? I tested it up right before I went to go close it. I might plug it in and make sure that's not it. Something's going on. Let's see what's going on. It felt a little bit more promising. Okay, the battery's dead. I didn't think the battery would be dead on it. That's weird. Makes sense, though. Okay. So a dead battery just scared the shit out of me. Thanks. Thanks, Apple. Okay. Okay. Well. Jesus. I think we're good. Oh boy. Yeah, we're on. Okay, we're good. Alright, well, close her up. It's hard to see, but she is working. We'll restart her. Always something that gets me at the end there. And then we're going to restart it. There we go. Yeah, it's working good. Okay, so finishing touches, of course, are the pentalobe screws. The screen brightness is really low on it. And I think that they have the settings set manually rather than adjustable, like adjusted auto. So it's coming in really dark. Happened to my last customer too, but then once they opened it up and turned up the brightness, it was fine. So as long as the Apple logo shows up at the right color, you know the screen's working right. Beyond that, it's usually their settings when it comes to brightness, because a lot of times it gets broken at night. It's the last time they used it, and that's what the settings still are at. So at least when it's winter time, because night is most of the time in winter time. But yeah, iPhone 15 Pro. It would have been just an easy phone screen replacement if it wasn't for the fact that the frame was bent to hell. So I had to open it all up, loosen up the motherboard, bend the frame back, retighten the motherboard, close her up. Oh boy, she looks good. Looks like new. And one more time, just for the camera's sake. Oh shit, didn't need to do that. But okay, we're good. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Bogart IT phone repair. iPhone 15 Pro. In the books. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. One more thing that does need to happen with this phone, but I will need to actually have her go into the settings when I get it back to her. And that's going to be calibrate it, because with the iOS 18 you can actually calibrate repaired screens, which is pretty cool actually. And it does detect whether it's genuine or not, and it does also say whether it's used or not. And this one is a used premium, so it's an original iPhone screen, just with the glass replaced. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to leave you with one more thing, and that's going to be I'm going to play the video on what you have to do to actually calibrate the iPhone 15 Plus once you replace the screen on it. So this will be the last you see of me. I hope you guys have a good night, or a good day I should say at this point, because it is 5 o'clock. Alright, I've been doing this repair for like 4 hours. I'm tired. Time for me to go to bed. Peace. I'll see you guys. Hope you have a good night. And we're gonna do window capture.
Hello everyone and welcome to How Fix It. If you've replaced the screen on your iPhone, you'll need to calibrate the new screen to eliminate display errors like the important display message or unknown part notification. In this video guide, I'll show you how to calibrate your screen and ensure it's fully functional using the Repair Assistant. Start by going to Settings, selecting General, and then opening the About section. Look for a new section called Parts and Service History. If you don't see this section, make sure your iPhone is updated to iOS 15.2 or later. Tap Restart and Finish Repair to launch the Repair Assistant. Ensure your device is connected to Wi-Fi and has over 20% battery to complete the calibration process. After the reboot, the Repair Assistant will appear. Tap Continue and then select the Wi-Fi network on the screen. The configuration phase will begin and may take several minutes. Once calibration is complete, tap Restart to finalize the repair process and resume using your iPhone. Afterward, return to the Parts and Service History section. Following successful calibration, you'll see either genuine or used displayed next to the part. If you're unable to finish the repair with a Repair Assistant, here are some tips that can solve this problem. Make sure that your device is connected to the internet using a stable Wi-Fi connection. Make sure that your device has more than 20% battery. Restart your device and try to follow the steps again to finish the repair. Make sure the replacement part is installed correctly. Reconnect the replaced module and try to follow the steps again. Replacement module from a third-party supplier. Not every third-party parts manufacturer can guarantee the successful completion of Repair Assistant. Although you can see the message that this part is not functioning as expected, you can continue using your iPhone. But your replacement module will have an unknown status in the Parts and Service History section. Replacement module protected by activation lock. If you reuse a replacement module from an iPhone that's protected by activation lock, which means this module is still linked to the previous owner's Apple account, you need to authenticate with the Apple account used with the previous device to finish the repair. When using Repair Assistant to finish the repair, you'll be asked to enter the email address or phone number and password that was used to set up the previous owner's iPhone paired with this module to unlock it. If you don't finish the Repair Assistant, you can continue using your iPhone, but the part might not perform as well as a calibrated part, and your replacement module will have an unknown status in the Parts and Service History section. If you found this guide helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech tips and guides. Visit our website for more tech insights and do-it-yourself guides.
Okay, I lied. You'll see me one more time. Now I'm out. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.